And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over what happened today and potentially what might happen tomorrow. So give you a little bit of an insight, some support and resistance points and things that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO did close 1.48% in the green. So this is my second NIO video. First one was roughly around here where I went over a lot of the data points at the time, which everything was good, right? Like it showed euphoria that NIO was going to be breaking out. $4.64 the low, $5.13 the high. So it was getting above absolute key resistance levels, again showing that it wanted to break out. Today there was 134.81 million shares being traded, 51.8 is the average. A lot of big transactions both on the secondary market and also dark pool. So big money was getting in now for the second consecutive trading day. Even a lot of abnormal buys occurred yesterday. And I have a Discord completely free on a side note, link in the description below and also the comments. Even today, people are like, hey, NIO, like, is this time to buy call options? Because everyone was really like, this is NIO's time to shine. It was actually breaking out. But NIO is just very unlucky, in my opinion. I don't know why. Every single time it actually gains some momentum, it just gets hit. And let's kind of talk about that. So shorts did return 3.75 million shares today, bringing the grand total to 193.98 million shares, 14.5% of the free float. So I think shorts were even like, hey, NIO's ready to break out, even though it did pull back. But there was one thing that did come out that's really spooking the market, and that is this right here. So Trump clarifies that there will be a 10+10 tariff on China, so totaling 20. As far as investors in Wall Street was concerned, it was only supposed to be 10, and that was still in negotiation status. So this is new information, and the market does not like new information, especially such a touchy word as tariffs, because FOMC, Walmart, and also the Michigan Consumer Sentiment all signaled that inflation was going to go up. A lot of warning signs. And so all that would be going up. Inflation would be going up because of tariffs. So Trump hit this and also reconfirmed that as of the 4th, both Canada and Mexico are going to be similarly hit with tariffs. Only they stuck with that 25, but still, this is not good. And what I mean by this is not good is the market is selling off. So NIO, like I kind of said, still did do fairly well. It closed 1.48% in the green, but most of the American stocks just got absolutely slaughtered. And essentially, if we look at the overnight trading, and I get it, overnight trading, you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt because normally it's low volume, but as of the time of doing this video, there's roughly, I think, 25 million shares that have been traded during the overnight. And that's roughly around 6x what it normally is. So even though it might not be exactly this tomorrow, it's kind of points to what potentially could come. So as you can kind of see, it is down 4.59% during that overnight. And yeah, it's definitely a very interesting day, or going to be an interesting day tomorrow. So like I mentioned, NIO, every single time like it has any sense of hope, optimism, it just gets shot down. So right now it is sitting exactly on this right here. So the ALMA, $4.56, pretty much erasing all of the previous gains, breaking below all the key pivotal moving averages. So the 100, 200 day moving averages. It's just a very crappy scenario. And so most likely the next thing that will be happening tomorrow is a retest of that 50-day moving average, which is at $4.36. And honestly, this is why people get frustrated with NIO. And it, again, has nothing to do with NIO exactly, but it's just, I don't know, it's a frustrating stock. Although there is some signs of manipulation. I did bring this up in my earlier video. Cost to borrow minimum is negative, so that does mean that there is a broker out there physically paying people to short the stock. So you can't, there is manipulation happening with NIO, and I've already brought up in the past countless pieces of evidence showing that NIO is suppressed so much more than other even Chinese EVs out there. But let me know your thoughts on NIO. Do you think that the market is going to somehow recover from these tariffs? Do you think that this is just more of a bluff? because I don't believe that these are being hit straight away. It is going to be delayed, but nonetheless, it's obviously announcing 20%. So it's not the best kind of scenario. So what's your general thoughts on this? And do you think that NIO is going to potentially stay above that 50-day moving average tomorrow? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Are you one of those individuals that kind of did some options? For the options today, there was 18 million in calls, 5.98 in puts. 45% of all the options were bearish in nature, and most of that did occur in the second half of the day though. But of the call options, there was a huge consensus for it to be above 550, so a lot of optimism, and even for it to be above like $6 by April and May. So like I said, there was the euphoria. A lot of people were like, hey, NIO's finally breaking out, let's jump on the bandwagon and stuff. The bears though, flip side, they are anticipating for it to be sub 450. So we'll wait and see how tomorrow does play out. But yeah, just let me know your general thoughts on all this. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Like I mentioned, pop over to my Discord, completely free. Link in the description below and also the comments. A lot of good people talking about options, stocks, and crypto. Everything that you need to know. So with all that, appreciate all of you watching.